Hey guys, my name is Mavi and I've spent the last 14 years in the plastic surgery and beauty industry, working alongside top board certified plastic surgeons.
Now I'm an independent patient coordinator who doesn't work for any surgeon. This means I have unbiased reviews for hundreds of doctors and I can help you achieve the look of your dreams, whether that's a supernatural or a video vixen. I use my professional and personal plastic surgery experience to help you look and feel your best.
Join in on the fun as I talk to plastic surgery experts, friends, and real life patients about all things plastic surgery. Should be fun.
Hey guys, do I have the episode for you today? First, I want to say thank you to every single one of you girls who has reached out to me over the last few weeks telling me, Mavi, where are you? What have you been doing? What did I miss? Why aren't you on my podcast station? Why am I not hearing you while I'm working out? Why am I not hearing you while I'm driving? I love you guys so much. And I know I've taken a little break. You guys know I've been hitting it hard since 2020. And I needed a little break, but I'm back and better than ever. I have so much to share with you guys. We have so much to talk about in 2025. Then I just needed a little break. I'm here. I'm back. I love you. I'm not leaving. I'm continuing the show. There has just been so much going on behind the scenes that, girl, I can't wait to tell you. I cannot wait to catch you up on what I've been up to over the last few months. So I told y'all that in January, I started helping other people launch their own shows. And before I knew it, I had 6 shows. I grew a plastic surgery podcast network. And now it's not just my show that I get to have impact with. I'm helping other people in the industry, for example, Dr. Vinaya Rednam, Dr. Herman Newell, Pop Recovery Systems, Teresa and Tanya from Transform Your Life. I am the producer behind these podcasts. And to say that I am so excited and thankful and happy and just amazed at how far this journey has come in podcasting would be an understatement, because every day I am just so incredibly thankful that this gets to be my life and that I get to spend the time with my kids that I've always wanted, that I'm here, I'm present. I get to go to their lunch events. I get to be with them when they're sick. My daughter was just recently really sick and I was able to take the time that I needed to be with her, which before, when I was working in an office, would have been impossible, especially as a patient coordinator. There was no way I could have taken the amount of time off that I needed to be with my daughter. So I am so tremendously blessed and I'm so thankful that I get to do this and be with you guys. I'm sorry that I took such a long hiatus. I missed y'all too. I've missed you. I have kept myself busy, but I have definitely been thinking about my girls, especially when I get messages asking me, hey, is this true? Should I be doing this? And that's when I realized, I gotta get back on the mic, especially for my girl. I'm not gonna say her full name, but as soon as she hears this, she's gonna know it's for her. My girl B, she motivated me yesterday because she sent me a message telling me, hey, where have you been? I listen to you every time I work out, and now where are you? I am not listening. I don't hear your new episodes. So she motivated me today to get back behind the mic, and we're going to talk about something. Of course, this is a solo episode. Hi, it's just me. But this is a solo episode, and we're going to talk about buzzwords. What are some buzzwords in the industry that actually just really cause a lot of confusion? So the one that I'm going to focus on today is Lipo 360. Girl, that Lipo 360 buzzword really causes some chaos because, first off, let's talk about it. What is Lipo 360? The buzzword Lipo 360 is a way for somebody to say that they're getting liposuction all the way around the torso. With Lipo 360, what usually is included is abdomen, flanks, back, whole back, butt, back, and axilla. Each surgeon is different with what's included in Lipo 360. So it's really important for you to have that spelled out in your quote. For example, if you're getting Lipo 360 and all it says is Lipo 360, I would ask for them to please let you know exactly what areas are going to be liposuctioned, just so that you can have it pretty clear what you have to do to get everything that you're looking for. So if you are wanting liposuction all the way around, you have to make sure that they include your flanks, they include your axilla, they include your whole back, upper and lower back. I've seen quotes where they divide the back in 4 and they're like upper quadrant 1, lower quadrant, lower left quadrant, lower right quadrant. Whatever it is, as long as it's detailed on the quote and you understand what it is, it's good. As long as you get it, you understand exactly what areas are going to be liposuctioned, you'll be fine. One of the things that causes a lot of confusion is when you're doing liposuction at the same time as an abdominoplasty. So when you get an abdominoplasty, what's happening to your abdomen? I don't know if you guys have watched the videos of what actually happens during a tummy tuck. Some of you might be afraid to watch. Some of you might not. What happens is they make an incision across your lower abdomen and they dissect and they lift all of your abdominal skin from, you can imagine that it's like from hip to hip up between your, above your belly button, below your breasts, all of that area. When you are having a tummy tuck, one of the things that I always tell my girls we don't want is for them to do aggressive liposuction in the front where they're doing the tummy tuck. Now, this is a controversial thing because in some places out of the country, they go hard on that liposuction up there in the abdomen, and then they do the tummy tuck. Is that the right way to do it? Or is it the wrong way to do it? Only I'm not the one to judge, but what I've seen is that when you do have aggressive liposuction to the abdomen before a tummy tuck, you're very likely to have some sort of complication with blood flow to your incision, to the flap. You do not want to compromise blood flow to your flap, to your lower abdomen. One of the ways to circumvent that issue is losing the weight before you have your surgery. If you already have weight loss and you are just getting the skin removed, you really don't need that aggressive lipo in the front of your abdomen. You really don't, and you don't want that, honestly. I would much rather prefer to have to come back and do a little bit of lipo touch up than have an issue where some of your skin dies because it's not receiving adequate blood flow. And then you could end up in a lot more difficult situation as far as complications. That does not mean that doctors who do tummy tucks are not doing some sort of liposuction to that front abdomen. They are doing a little bit of liposuction, but what they're not doing is sucking you dry. Sucking you dry where you're not going to have any fat there. No, that's not happening. And you don't want that to happen. Don't let that happen to you. I don't want you to get hurt, honestly. I want you to have a safe surgery, and not sometimes. It's always better to be safe than sorry. It's always better to come back and do a touch-up than to be too aggressive initially and cause some sort of complication that later on is going to be a lot more difficult to fix than just a little touch-up lipo. Do not be afraid of touch-up lipo. Touch-up liposuction is very common. It happens all the time. It's like perfecting the artwork. You can imagine that the plastic surgeon is creating their art that first go around. And then if there's any small thing that needs to be touched up, they come back. It's like perfecting their paint, perfecting their painting, their art. They're just coming back and putting some more shadowing in or doing some highlight. You know the drill. So do not be afraid of touch-up liposuction, or don't push for things to be too aggressive initially because you're like, I want it once and done and that's it. And I'm never going to be having surgery again, because I promise you, once you lose your virginity of having surgery that first time, having surgery again is going to be a lot easier, and you're not going to be afraid to do a little touch-up lipo. And most of the time it's done in the office. So you're not even going under anesthesia. It's just done in the office under a little bit of local. So Lipo 360 is one of those buzzwords that can cause a lot of anxiety. One of my girls right now, she is having an abdominoplasty with Lipo 360, quotation marks. And what that means is she's having the abdominoplasty in the front, and then she's having liposuction all the way around the back and the flanks. Lipo 360 became a buzzword over the last, I don't know, like 6-7 years. Before, we wouldn't even write Lipo 360 on the quote. We would just literally name out each area that was going to be touched. But the word Lipo 360 became so popular, and people started just asking and asking and asking and asking, like, am I getting Lipo 360? Is it Lipo 360? Which literally means liposuction all the way around. We had to start using it. Like, okay, this is Lipo 360, and these are the areas that are included. So do not be afraid to ask your coordinator or your surgeon what areas are included. Make sure that the area that you're really concerned about is on there. For example, your flanks. Honestly, though, in this day and age, I think it'll be quite difficult to find a surgeon who does not do liposuction to the flanks at the same time as the tummy tuck, because when you do not do liposuction to the flanks, when you do a tummy tuck, you look like SpongeBob. You look square. Okay? So when you're looking at pictures and you're like, oh, I don't like the way she looks, like I like the way this looks instead of how this looks. If they look square and they still have love handles on the sides and they don't look curvy, it might be because they did not have liposuction to the flanks. The other thing I want to bring up is that, and we've said this on the show multiple times, Dr. Grunberg said it, Dr. Marshall has said it, Dr. Newell has said it, that the waist is made from liposuction to the back. The front, your tummy tuck, yeah, it's going to help remove the loose skin, help tighten your muscle wall. If you're doing a tummy tuck, please get your muscle repair. Don't skip it. Get your muscle wall repair. You're getting your skin removed, and you're getting that nice, tight abdomen. If you do not do liposuction to your back, I would not be surprised if you feel a little bit wide or wider. Just because the waist is made from the back. They make it from the back because they liposuction your whole upper back, your waist, and your lower back. And that's how they are able to really accentuate your look, to make it look more cohesive, to make it look more beautiful and put together. And that's actually what they call liposculpting. When they do liposuction in other areas to give the appearance of more curve or of more volume. For example, I've seen some really amazing before and after pictures where it looks like the patient had a BBL, but in reality, all she did was have liposculpting, where they're removing fat in other areas that then accentuate the behind. So if this is you and you are currently worried that you are not getting, or you're worried about having Lipo 360, or you only want to have Lipo 360, my message to you today is it's just a buzzword. What you want is liposuction to your torso, abdomen, flanks, whole back, axilla, and that's really what you're looking for. Don't be surprised if you don't see the words Lipo 360 on your quote. Like I said earlier, it's a buzzword that really started coming around about 6-7 years ago. Before that, we didn't really hear it. We would just list out the words of what areas were getting done. But with that, I want to tell y'all I'm back. I love you. I'm not leaving y'all. I will be back in 2025 with a lot of episodes. I have a lot of plans for us. I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes to help you have a safer surgery. One of those things is my plastic surgery planner, where I'm putting together a how-to step-by-step of planning your surgery and planning your recovery. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on it. I'm working on it hard to get you everything that you need so you can have a safe surgery. And with that, I want to tell y'all I love you so much. I'll see y'all next week.
So if you're listening to this episode and you're listening to the Big Butts No Lies podcast, you might be on your surgery journey. And if you are, and you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start, you've come to the right place. I am so excited to do one-on-ones with you guys. I've realized as I do them more and more just how valuable they are to you, not only because you get my expert opinion, I get to guide you towards plastic surgeons that we know are going to do a good job and keep you safe. Besides all that, I get to talk to you about things that might not even be on your radar, things that you don't even know are possible. But since we get so in depth with our conversations and I really get to know what your dreams are and what you're really looking for with your body, I can tailor my recommendations to the surgeons that I know can help you achieve that. And taking the guesswork out of who to go to is invaluable. So schedule your one-on-one phone call with me. You can go to my website, go to the quick links, submit your information, let me get to know you, let me see how can we help you. You can get your own team. You guys, I have been working so hard behind the scenes to come up with a perfect way for you to have your plastic surgery and not only come out with beautiful incisions, but also feeling beautiful on the inside. So book your call with me and take the guesswork out of your plastic surgery journey.
And don't forget, new episodes every Monday. I'll see you then.